Water signs, there may be a bit of intrigue around you this week. With the moon, there may be something that's just a little bit hidden, a little bit mysterious, or a little bit murky. It's actually come out next to your finances, the second house of earned income. It's also the Taurus house there, and Taurus is ruled by Venus, which of course is love as well as money, and the things that you value. Also your talents and skills. So there is Mercury there might be some message coming in. So there might be something to clear up there, or you may get an intuitive insight to something with the moon. It's very interesting energy, and it's not a comfortable blend of cards, I have to say. So let's see what else the universe wants to say here, because there seems to be a decision that you're being called to make this week in some area, and you don't really feel like you have all the facts with that blindfold on there, and it feels like you're a bit frozen in indecision. It could be to do with a fresh start in love, with the Ace of Cups, a new beginning, something that really does fill your heart with gladness, with love. Maybe it is to do with a fire sign masculine energy, King of Wands, that's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Maybe this is you fired up with entrepreneurial, go-get-em kind of ideas for steering your life in a new direction with enthusiasm. So it might be some new opportunity that's coming your way, especially as you've got the earned income there. And this is very entrepreneurial, kind of be your own boss, do your own thing kind of vibe. But there are emotions involved as well. So let's see what else the universe has to say about the situation for you. Okay, there is a sudden shift in the energy for you this week, and we have some heavy hitters here. Queen of Cups, that is water sign receptive energy, so that is you, whether you're male or female. Queen of Cups is all about receiving love, and there's this big daddy emperor in the picture, big boss energy. So either this is you and you're really feeling very powerful and in a leadership position and feeling very emotionally fulfilled about this. There seems to be this energy, but it could be the romantic opportunity for somebody who's very commanding, if you like, somebody sensible, King of Kings, every king combined into one. So someone very in command of their life, really wanting to hitch up with the Queen of Wands. So it doesn't matter about the gender at all. And there's this real backpacker energy of like, let's just jump in and see where we get to. We don't even need a map. We'll just go to the airport and see which flight's leaving next, and embark on a relationship, in high spirits. So quite naively. And that seems to be a little bit of an issue this week, because we've got the optical illusion card indicating that things are maybe not quite as they seem. And that really does echo the moon card from earlier. Things that are hidden, murky, just a little bit there are unseen factors here. So everything isn't quite how it looks on the surface. That's not to say it's negative. There are rewards here for putting in some work, some effort. So somebody might be trying to sell you on a project and make it sound very easy. And job, so much money for you and so easy. But actually when you scratch beneath the surface, it's gonna take a lot of busy bee energy, and it's more than you bargained for maybe. And it's the same if this is a love situation. There is just a lot more diligence required here to really get to the truth of what's going on, or at least ground this with some stability. Moon is very nebulous and watery and hidden, and it's just very hard to pin down. So that's not what you want. Let's go to a different deck here. What's the energy for you to lean away from and energy to lean towards? Okay, lean away from the Empress. That's just sitting back and assuming everything's going to be dandy. The Empress is quite passive energy, just, attract stuff in. But in the negative, it can be dependence on others, scarcity mindset, uncaring, negligence, smothering, I don't know, but there's something about this sort of feminine receptive energy that may be a bit gullible, maybe. Because you're being asked to lean towards Seven of Swords, which is protecting yourself however you see fit. It is disappearing if you need to, if that's what you need to do to guard your own interests. So it is by whatever means necessary. You're being urged to lean into this energy. And it can be a little bit scheming. It's sort of like using your strategy here. So it's keeping your wits about you. You don't want to be played for like a bit of a gullible kind of passive person. You want to keep all of the tools at hand, all the swords for the cutting. But let's grab a few more cards here and see what else the universe wants to say about this scenario. Wow, so yeah, someone might be coming in with a bit of a half-hearted offer. The job that they present to you that seems all razzle-dazzle on the surface isn't really enough for you. Not only are you good enough, you are more. So, wow, what a message to come out from two different cards. There's something here about that's not good enough for me, and actually turning down a job because it conflicts with your values, because you have much higher self-esteem and you're not just going to settle for being taken advantage of like you might have been in the past for work. But it could just be emotional values of somebody coming in with kind of romantic overtones, with a romantic gesture and passion, but yeah, they're not really offering commitment maybe. There is this kind of sense here that they might be putting you in a position where you're just going to compromise in ways that you don't like. Loss and lack, it's sort of a victim mindset or a lack mindset, so maybe you only deserve breadcrumbs. Well, you've passed all that. You don't believe that anymore. You know that you are more. You know you're worth a lot. You know, if somebody is not treating you like the Empress, that's another thing. The Empress was energy to lean away from. If it's pretend Empress energy, they want to put you on their throne, but not really. It just seems like there is something brewing up. It might take you by surprise. It might just come on really full force. Expect the unexpected. But you could equally be left feeling foolish because somebody blows in, rah, 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 and you buy into it, only for them to blow out again. So there does seem to be this sort of standing up for yourself and not living in this lack or loss mindset, and that's going to send you on a portal into the next part of your life. It's sort of like stepping up to the next level for yourself because you are worth more, you stand your ground, you're not settling anymore, and this is going to lead you into the next more beneficial chapter, much more abundant. In fact, you're going to reach after this chapter the enchanted garden. Tend to your soul. Let your spirit bloom with new growth. So yeah, there is some sort of opportunity coming in. It is going to sweep you up. It is going to be very tempting, but really there's a lot more going on beneath the surface. And you're really going to have to dig deep to find out what that is, because something doesn't align with your values, and conversations will reveal this. So ask a lot of questions. So I hope that helps you, my darlings. If you'd like your own personal reading, go to my website. But meanwhile, this is Sarah wishing you much abundance, love, and joy.